Okay, well there's some sort of progress, guys. Welcome back to Let's Play The Witness. I was just running around the village trying to figure out something with that reflection panel, and I came across this guy, which I realized I hadn't solved yet. It's actually a pretty easy solution, and it appears that it just opens that door right there. So, that'll certainly come in handy at some point, but it's not super duper helpful right now. Right now, the task at hand is to figure out where the hell we need to view this guy from. We can see the top portion well enough, but everything else is not so great right now. Let's see what happens if we come up here. I think that's the door we just unlocked, right? So now we can come... Actually, maybe I'm remembering wrong. I feel like I was able to get up here before anyway. Isn't this the door we just opened? Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. But with this view here, it's still exactly the same. Damn. Okay. So, there's something different with this panel, because with all these other reflection ones, it was just a matter of looking at it from the right angle, but even with the ones that you could see, you could only see them from a very specific place. This guy, it feels like you can see it from pretty much anywhere you stand, and that to me means that it's different somehow. Like maybe you have to actually move the panel itself. I don't really know how the hell to do that, though. I still don't know what the hell this thing does. Although I do wonder... Hey, you can kind of see that panel from here. Alright, so this... Did that change anything? No. Still looks the same. I still don't know what the hell this thing does. It's driving me crazy. I know this will be important at some point. I mean, does it correspond to this building that I'm standing on? It kind of makes me think that these two are related. Just the fact that it's visible from down here. But it really doesn't look any different at all. Okay, well I've been running around with it set to this solution, so I'm gonna do it the other way. And then run around like that. And we'll see if anything sticks out to me, I guess. Still a lot of secrets in this place. I know that this is a puzzle here, but it's not exactly solvable yet. With that blue tint. That's another thing. There was a soundproof room that I had no idea how to even start approaching. It's down here, right? I like how there's bamboo growing right here. That indicates to me that it's going to be like a bird chirp puzzle. That's not an accident that it was put there like that. But the fact that you can't hear shit down here means that you've got to figure out another way. It's like you have to, like, activate this speaker somehow. It's totally busted, though. Also, there's an activation panel for, or activation cable for these panels. Maybe you have to go upstairs first and do that. Do I even know how to get upstairs? I don't think I do. I can go around in a circle, but there are no stairs going upwards. Oh, village, you are breaking my brain! That'd be cool if I could creep up this wall. Get a little platforming action in. I wonder if that panel up here Could have something to do with this building. Maybe that's like how we activate it somehow. This looks like a color tint puzzle in this room. Maybe there's some way to change the tint from out here. And that would let us trace the line. I don't think that would then allow us to get inside. But we could at least get an environmental puzzle out of the way. There's an upper story to this building too, which I don't think I've been able to get up on. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna go try to find something that I haven't solved yet. Just like a panel. Or any kind of puzzle, really. Something that I haven't been beating my head against. There has to be some way to get up into that area. Although, actually, now that I think about it, I should check to see if these panels are already solvable. Maybe solving these down here is what activates the cable and lets me get upstairs. So let me draw on them. Okay. Yeah, so they are attemptable. Maybe I should focus on figuring this room out. But I don't know how the hell... I don't know where to even start with this. Okay, I can kind of hear something if I stand right here. It's very faint, and I can't really detect the pitch on it. But I wonder if it's coming from this room and just barely escaping the soundproofing. I wonder if I'm supposed to stand here and decipher it. I honestly don't even know what that sound is. It could just be random shit. It could be nothing. Well, alright. Okay, so here's my thought process on this, guys. No idea if this is actually correct or not. I looked at this panel, and I figured, assuming that they have the same tone, you know, the same, like, I don't know how to describe it. Assuming that they're based off the same noise, and therefore have a similar solution, then I know that it's going to have one high note, one middle note, two low notes. And then I looked at the pieces of the broken speaker here, and I noticed that there's, like, a small one, a middle one, and then two, assuming these are two large ones put together. So I just looked at the order they were in, and just applied that to this puzzle here, and it seems to have worked. I can't guarantee that that's the actual logic behind it. Let's try this guy, and see if that works the same. Negative. Okay. Shit. Was that even the right... was that even the right way to solve it? I'm trying to remember how I did these before. It was just a matter of tracing over them in the right order, I thought. While still finishing the maze. But that totally didn't work for that one. Maybe there'd be a separate order? This piece of the puzzle right here, or this piece of the speaker, rather, could be significant. Maybe that's like some kind of like breaker or switch that would just reverse the order that they played in. Maybe it should be big, big, middle, small. Not convinced that's 100% possible with the way this board's laid out, though. In order to get... If you get the big one first and then the middle one, you're completely blocking yourself off. Man, I wish I knew whether this was even the right logic to solve this, because I'm kind of flying blind right now. I still hear weird noises when standing here. But it's nothing that's actually helpful for solving this. Okay. What the ever-loving fuck? Well, okay, for one thing, I had swapped the big and the high and the low pitches in my head. I was doing the bottom for the high pitch and the top for the low pitch, or whatever. So I had to correct that mentally. And then I just kind of drew a pattern over here and then matched it over here, and that seems to have worked. It was just trial and error, really. I was just seeing, like, what could I do on this panel that would, like, that seems like a viable solution? Because this one, well, in both of them, really, they seem to accept any answer that you put in. Like, I thought I had it right on the first try when I put this guy in, but that was only because it'll literally accept any answer you put in, even if you just draw a line straight across. So basically, what I did was to just draw a pattern on this one and then match that pattern correctly on this one. And it worked. I don't know if that means that you could do any pattern as long as you follow the rules correctly on both panels, or if I just happen to stumble on the right one. I really don't know. That is a very weird puzzle. But now we have access to this place, and I suspect this one's going to be hard as well, because these color tint puzzles, they only barely made sense to me in the greenhouse. And seeing as how this village area is like, kind of seems like sort of the hardest concepts of all the different puzzle types. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So those cables are connected to those lights up there, which means that we're going to get two different types of tints in here, I bet, in addition to the blue that we already have. Okay, there's a green tint. Oh, Jesus Lord, we've got 16 stars on this guy. They could be any number of colors. This 16 dots. You know what? Before I do anything else, I want to see if I can turn this red, because I'm pretty sure that's how I solve this environmental puzzle out here. So I just want to get that out of the way before I go crazy on this. I just got to figure out how to actually do that first. Not 100% sure what this game wants from me right now. Maybe like that. That brings it back to the blue. That's not a viable solution. How about this? Okay, good. There's the red tint. Okay, so at least I know kind of how to solve all these. Those colors definitely changed. They all changed. They're all different depending on the tint. Oh god, this is gonna take me forever, guys. Just be warned of that right now. In the meantime, I can do this guy, it looks like. Sweet. Okay, I'm assuming that's going to the obelisk that I found right over here. I'm not in any rush to go do those color change puzzles. It's gonna make me, it's gonna make me feel so stupid. For so long. Where are we at on this guy? Wow, there are a lot. You know, in an earlier video, I mentioned that some of them appear to glow a little brighter than the others, as far as the unsolved ones. But maybe that just depends on the way the sunlight hits it. They didn't really look like they changed on the one I was looking at before, but here it looks like they do. So maybe it's just the angle and the sunlight. But in any case, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7 puzzles solved in this area. There's at least 6, 7, 8, 11. There's at least like 15 more. 15! Just in this area. Here's one right here. You know, this whole time, I've been looking for something to change the way these shutters are laid out. Like, activate these and make them extend or something. Because it kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Looks like these flaps would just, like, push out this way. And, you know, complete the color thing. But I think it's actually just a perspective puzzle, which I should have known probably right away, because that's what all these fucking puzzles are. They're perspective puzzles. Well, 99% of them. Yeah, but the fact that it has the same color crate behind it, it's just going to be a matter of finding the right thing. And it might have to be done from the boat. I think I'm going to, at some point, I'm going to hop on the boat and take a ride around the entire island and just keep an eye out for those puzzles. Because I know that I've already done, what? Like 3 or 4 from the boat? Maybe even more than that? And there's probably going to be tons more. So that's fun. Okay. Well, this sucks, but this is the only place I have made any sort of progress in the village in the last half hour or so. So, I think this is actually going to require, like, some paper assistance, some drawing, and some notation, because there's no way I'm going to be able to keep all this in my head. Like, okay, on this one, we can just remember the entire bottom half is black, except for the one in the top right on the left. I can keep that in my head. If we were to then... God damn it. Wait, why isn't that a good solution? They're both black. Is it because these change color too? I wasn't even really paying attention to that. Okay. Yeah, they totally change. Sweet Mother of Mary. Okay, and now it's completely different. This corner's still white. Everything up here is still white except for the top left corner. Oy vey. So what do we do? Just Probably separate all three of them every time. Right. And then this is also completely effing different. Okay, so I'm going to have to come up with some kind of formula. I'm honestly going to have to write all this crap down. So this is the kind of thing that's going to take a while. It's not going to be interesting to watch. I'd have to cut it out anyway. I'm going to make like graph paper or something to lay all this shit out so I can try to like see a pattern or see how they're all different depending on the light, and hopefully that will lead me to some kind of solution. I mean, I assume that it's some kind of hardcore separation puzzle, and this is going to be, you know, the same rules, like separate the stars into groups. I mean, I could try and solve it, like, just in one color tint. That actually... that's not all that hard. But yeah. I'll tell you what. On camera, I'll try each one once. I have no confidence it'll work. God damn it, I keep doing the same thing. There we go. Separate the black. Right. And then this one would just be like this. Yeah, I didn't figure it would be that easy. We're definitely going to have to figure out how it all combines with the different color tints. So, okay, I'll be working on this really hard off camera, guys. Hopefully the updates continue, scheduled at the same time they have been. At this point, if I end up missing one, it's because this is literally taking me so long that I just missed the deadline. Sorry if that happens. It is what it is. Alright, guys. I appreciate the support. I'm Dude Long Couch. I'll catch you in the next part. See you guys.